Hi, my name is Bob and welcome to the homestead, y'all. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how we built and installed our sliding barn doors. Okay, I'll show you where I'm at now. Of course, we have a 10-foot tall opening, 12 feet wide. I already have the one barn door done. You can see I have the rail at the top. I don't have the rail on the other side, so I'll get it done. I have the first door done, the metal on it. Okay, so this is the door. These are the brackets that I've put on here, corner brackets. I've made these little brackets. That's not what they're designed for. They are hurricane straps, and I just put them on the anvil and straightened them out and using them for that. Same with those. Those were corner brackets that are straightened out, and same with these two, this one and this one. This one here was a flat bracket that I was able to use. Now I'll flip it over and I'll put brackets on the other side, and I'll put a few toe-nailed screws in these. First ones I use are these little hurricane straps. You can see here, this is the way they come. You might be saying, well, why don't you just get you some plates to use? Well, I have to use what I have on hand. I have a whole bunch of these that I've bought at yard sales and estate sales. And I have no use for them, or not much use for them. So I'm using what I have on hand. We have to drive 40 miles to the nearest place I can buy some, and I just don't take off from the homestead just for something like that. So that's how I make those, and then I take these little 90s and I flatten them back out just like that. So that's how I build them. Okay, this is the other side. You can see there's no brackets on it, so I've got to make me some brackets to go there, there, in the corner here. Say hi. Okay, got my brackets on there, each end. Now, I know that's not what these brackets are supposed to be used for, but like I said, it's what I have on hand. So they work pretty good. I have good brackets on the other side. And then the other places where there isn't brackets, you can see right here, I just used 3-inch screws and toe-nailed them in. And same with on this side. You can see the 2 screw heads right there. Cane quit. And cane's got to be in the middle of everything. So this side is done. Now this side will get the metal. This will be the inside of this door. That's the top up here. This is the bottom here. So metal will be going all on this side, but before I do that, I want to put my brackets on. Now the brackets I'm using, I had to make them. I bought my tracks used. I probably have 15 pieces, 12 feet long used, that were used for an airplane hangar. And the gentleman, he had a grass runway at his house, and he got too old to fly, so he had to quit flying. So he's making a shop out of his airplane hangar, and I only needed one set to do sliding doors. He was going to box the rest in for a shop. So he sold me the other ones, and the brackets did not come with it. So what I'm using, let me go over here and find one, are these brackets here. Let me zoom out here. Cane quit. Okay, let me get over here where the dog won't bother me. So what I'm using are these brackets. These are from a garage door hinge, where the door folds up as it goes. So they work pretty good. I just bolt them on right here, and then put my lag bolt through there, and then my wheels on it. So I'll show you that here in just a second. Okay, so what I've done is I came in 13 inches from this outside edge to the first one, and same with that one, 13 inches. Of course, our doors are 6 feet. Well, 6 feet 2 inches, so that left like 3 feet 9 inches between them. Which with the 2x6 and this light of a door, that's plenty strong enough. And then on the bottom down here, I put J channel, which I will show you that when I install it. I put a piece of J channel at the bottom, and then on the outside of the barn I put another piece of J channel, and that's what keeps the bottom of the door in. But I'll show you that here in a little bit. But I just wanted to show you those real quick, and give you the measurements on those and the gap between them. Show you this real quick. I have my brackets mounted, my rollers, my nut and my washer will go on here. Of course that'll be after I get them in the track, and then I'll slide this in and adjust this nut and washer. I can adjust this up and down to adjust my door heights and to keep them level. Okay, you can see the brackets I'm using, these were doubles because it was an airplane hangar, so we had several doors that slid inside each other. Because it's such a wide span, we'll be taking this outside one off, we'll be taking the brace off, we'll just be using the L bracket and just the inside one. Okay, to mount our brackets, we are going to be using 1/2 inch by 6 inch bolts, lag bolts, 1/2 inch in diameter. And I will take you over here and show you why we're using such a big bolt. Okay, this is my header. There is 3 2x6s, or 2x12s, I'm sorry. Show you on this back side. 3 2x12s with 3/4 inch plywood in between them. So that gives me plenty of room for my 6 inch lag bolts. They'll be coming right out toward the edge here, but that'll give a good strong grip so I don't ever have to worry about those brackets coming out. Alright, I have my second rail up. You can see right here I have my rollers in, and I don't know if you can see them. Right there, the bolts for one, and there's the other one. So now I will stand my door up and then put my nut and washer on each one of them and then adjust it, the height on it. Thought I'd show you where I was at now. I got the door hung. Of course I don't have the metal on it. I've tested it, slid it back and forth, top and the bottom. And I want to show you what I did on these. I put a piece of J channel on the bottom. That way you can see that. And then on the outside, I did the same thing. So that way when I slide it, the door in and out, it keeps the bottom from coming out. So whenever it's open, it's in that track and the bottom can't go anywhere. Now, when they're closed, I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to put a piece of pipe in the ground and drill a hole with a pin, or I may just cut this off and put a pin right here. That'll hold them together, then they'll latch together in the center. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I got to see if I've got a little bracket, something that's round that I can mount there and put a pin in, and a pin down in the ground, just to hold the doors, and that'll keep them from rattling when the wind blows when they're closed. Of course, they'll be attached up here at the top. I'll have a handle that goes across. That's where I'm at now. I've tested everything. So the next step is putting metal on. So it opens and closes just pretty as you please. Okay, so I have the pin made, put in. You can see I put a piece of pipe in the ground. Now, it took me a junk piece of pipe first and drove it in the ground and pulled it out, so that way the dirt was gone. And then I can just take this, and this will lock the two doors in whenever they're closed. Now I still have to make a latch for up top here. That'll connect the two doors together. But I'm just going to put one pin in, because once they're closed and latched together, that'll keep the door from wiggling. It can wiggle a little bit. You can see there's a little bit of room. This is a 1/2 inch concrete anchor bolt, and that's a 3/4 inch piece of conduit. Got my hasp so I can lock it with a carabiner and put me a handle on it. I bought this handle at a yard sale, 50 cents. I bought a bunch of them. They're actually patio door handles, but they work great for this. Works real good. Okay, one last thing I wanted to show you is right there. That is a self-tapping screw. So that way, when I close the barn doors, it stops the rollers. And I put one on the back side, so that way when we open them, it stops them, and that way there's no way they can run out of their track. But that's just a 1-inch self-tapping screw. Put in there, and when the roller right there hits it, it stops it. Okay, one thing I did want to mention real quick is the slides, the rails for your sliding barn door, how to get them level. There's a couple ways you can do it. You can take a transit, shoot, put a mark on your barn on both sides, and then measure up from it. You can also use a long 6.5, 7 foot level like this one, and start in the middle and work your way to each end, measuring each way. Or you can just take and put a screw in one end, measure up, pull you a string, put you a line level on it. That's three ways to level those rails real quick. The biggest thing you want to pay attention to is the top of your barn right here. You want to make sure your rails are high enough, because your rollers go inside, then a bolt hangs down, then your door hangs down from that. So you want to make sure your doors are above your opening right here, so that way rain can't get in. I still need to go ahead and put my cover across this. I'm going to wait and do that tomorrow. I'm going to get the cover put on, but I'll show you that after I get it done. But I'll put a cover to where the rain comes away from the rail. Okay, well, that's how we built our sliding barn doors. As you can see, they work great. If you have any questions or comments about this build, please leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching.